My favorite part out of this entire book was when he burnt her house down because he didn't want her to leave. Hi everyone, how are you? My name is Maki and welcome to Maki Really Reads. Today's video is going to be my January wrap up. These are all the books that I read in January. I'm so excited to be doing this for the first time of 2025. So excited for this year, and I hope you guys are too. If you're not, you better get excited, baby. It's 12 months. It's a long, long time. Okay. I hope everybody's well, everybody's safe, everybody has been reading great books. If you have, if you are currently reading a great book, don't forget to drop it down in the comment section and I will be sure to add it to my ever growing TBR. So without a further ado, I am going to start. I read 8 books. Well, 10. Um I'll explain. 10 books in January of 2025. I have a lot of 5 stars and some DNFs. So the first book that I read is Love Him Like This by Jessica Gadizala or Gaziala. It is a mafia romance. It is an arranged marriage between two families, two different mafia families. Let me just say it like that. So we have Renzo Lombardi and we have Lore. Her name is Lore. Very interesting name. This is like one of the saddest arranged marriage books I've ever read. Like he just doesn't care. He is just like he does not care. He does not care about anything and anyone. So we start with them getting married, like we just thrown right into the thick of things. They're saying their vows and they have to go, show that they are married and things need to be done for them to formalize or finalize their marriage. And we see that he's kind of a decent guy, but he is so detached and just so out of touch with emotions. And, it's sad. I feel sad for like half of this book. She was sad the entire time. Like, he was not nice to her, he was never there. I just felt so bad for this girl. I was like, really, all of this because of a childhood crush. Look at you now, crying every single day of your life. Like, it couldn't be me. It could not be me. It was so sad. Like, I know I'm smiling, but like, it was sad. It was sad. But, he does, you know, gather his mind and gather his thoughts, and they finally start being in this relationship. It's a good relationship. It's like this earth shattering type of loving him like I need to breathe. That's the type of love that they have for each other. Although it takes a while to actually get there. And might I add, the only thing that I despised of this book was the fact that like he would bring his friends and they would have like parties, and it was like she was quote unquote not invited, but like it's not like they could tell her to leave because it was their house. But like he would show up with his friends uninvited. That is my worst nightmare. That is my worst nightmare. There's nothing I despise that. Like there's like I don't like that. I don't like that. Even like if you come to my house, it's like pre-planned. I know you're coming, I know what time you're coming, and I know what time you're leaving. Okay? I don't like this thing of someone just coming to someone's house out of nowhere. Like that's why I don't do friendships. Like I'm just like I need my space. I need you to leave me alone. I don't like people in my space, in my environment, breathing my air. I I feel sad for this girl. I cope the best when I'm with myself. I just love me. I love being around me, and I cannot imagine. I cannot imagine coming home after a long ass day to your husband having his friends there and they are all drinking and like it's a nightmare. It's an actual nightmare. I could not. Couldn't be me. But yeah, I did give this book 3 stars. So do with that what you will. But I give it 3 stars. Then I read When He Takes by Gabrielle Sands. This is the first book in the Fallen Gods series. This is a mafia sort of book. Like he's kicked out of the mafia. So this book starts off with Rowan, but his real name is actually Nero. And we have Blake. Not a good time to be a Blake, by the way. Uh, Not a good time. What happens is Nero is excommunicated from the mafia, his Italian mafia world family, because he did something he wasn't supposed to do, but he didn't know that he wasn't supposed to do it. So yeah, he's like, we're gonna kill you off, or you're gonna have to run away and pretend you have a new life. So not only did they kill him off in that world, but he has to start being like a normal human being. So he starts going by the name of Rowan. He is driving around with his, I would say, his right hand man, and they go into this diner and they meet Blake, and she's like so like annoyed with him, and he's like, oh, you just are such a good looking man and you feel like you can take advantage of everyone, and that girl is not gonna be me. And he's like, you know what, I think we're gonna stay in this town. And that town happens to be Blackwater. Hello, I don't know, it just sounds like a fun town. Blackwater. Hello, that I don't know, for me it sounds like a fun time. I don't know why I'm still holding this mic, but it feels good, so I'm just gonna keep going with it. I usually put it down, but I haven't put it down now. So, anyways, falls in love with her. She doesn't know that he's in the mafia world. Her family was quote unquote in the mafia world, but like the motorcycle gang world, like that, not mafia, but like motorcycle gang world. And she did not like it. So he knows, like, if she finds out that literally the brother of the capo, it's not gonna be a good time for me. My favorite part out of this entire book was when he burnt her house down because he didn't want her to leave. And I just found that to be the most sweetest, craziest thing that I've heard in a minute. Like, what do you mean he burnt your house down? And then, what do you mean? Well, I mean, to play devil's advocate, he didn't really mean to burn your house down. He just meant to burn the fireplace, and he miscalculated, and he did burn down your entire book collection, but he did buy you a new one. So I mean, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. A win is a win. A win is a win. So yeah, I read the first book. I gave it 4 stars, and I read the second one, When He Desires. This one was a bit sad and more angsty than the first one, like way more angsty. Like truth is revealed, and yeah, very fun. I gave both books 4 stars. I do like Gabrielle Sands. Was not my favorite series, but I did enjoy them. Like I wasn't like, oh, I have to read this book. It was like, okay, I'll read it. Like, it's okay. It's a fun book. Then I ended up reading, I have to put this down just for a couple of seconds though, because it's not going to be that long. I ended up reading Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I did finish this book. All my review or all my thoughts will be on my reading vlog for a fantasy romance reading vlog. It's gonna come soon by the end of this month. I think I will have released it. So yeah, that's all I have to say for this book. All I have to say for this book. And I read this book called Noctacadia by Keri Lake. This is an incredible book. It is a student teacher romance, which is one of my favorite tropes of all time. You all know. If you don't know that student teacher is my favorite trope, well, now you know, and you're welcome. And you need to send me more book recs of student teacher romances. I absolutely love this trope. This book is, first, like, give it 5 stars. It set place in this gothic type of dark, gloomy world. We have this professor called Devrick. He is a morally gray hero because he does hurt other people, but it's all in the name of the bigger picture. Let me just say the bigger picture. And we have Lilia Vespertine. I love that name. It's such a fun name. So something happens to her when she is around 15 or 16 to her mother. It's quite a traumatic experience, but nobody believes her. So she is just set on kind of forgetting it because I mean, no one believes me. So let me just forget it. And then she gets offered to go to this university called Dracadia. Like the university is called Dracadia. Like it sounds so gothic and mystical and just like gloomy and dark and kind of cozy. Uh, she goes to this Dracadia University for research, and there she meets Devrick, and it's fun time. Like they are like desperately in love with each other, and it's so much fun. I like enjoyed this university type of world, this college type of life with Lilia. I love student teacher romances. I just loved it so much. I gave this book 5 stars. Just angst, just like all the aesthetics. It's such a good fun read. It literally feels like they've known each other their entire lives, and it's just like when they meet, it's like, yep, this is it. Then another 5 star read that I read is Beautifully Broken Love by Shanora Williams. I wanted to buy this book, but they did not have it available in the bookstore, but I know it is available in another bookstore. I just went to the wrong one. So I'm gonna get this book. I'm very excited to get it. So this book is a black romance book. It is a sports romance. We have Deke and Davina. So Davina is a widow. Her husband has recently passed away. She is just like still going through it. She's still having like really bad anxiety attacks, and she's trying to keep it together. She's kind of becoming a workaholic for now. And then she meets Deke, a really famous basketball player. So she owns a skincare line, and she wants him to kind of be the face of her skincare line, and that's where they meet. And it is so much fun. She's going through it. She's going through it. Like this is the first time I felt like like she's going through it. Like this lady needs to be left alone. She needs to be left alone because she's going through it. She's very sad, and yeah, it's a lot that's going on, but with him as well. But he's just so like intent on being with her, and even just being her friend, he feels like it's enough. He's like, I'll wait for you until you are fully healed, and if you don't want to be fully healed, we can still date, and I can fully heal you. And it's so much fun. I gave it 5 stars. It's a fun read. If you like long shot or even hook shot, you will like this book. I enjoyed it so much. I give it 5 stars. So 2 5 stars in January, which is incredible. I love it. Then I read Black Ties and White Lies, another 5 star read, ladies and gentlemen. 3 5 stars. I love this book. It's a billionaire romance. It is a fake romance slash fake engagement. It is also an ex-boyfriend's brother, Declan Sinclair, and we have Margot. So this book is insane. Like it starts off with a bang. Like he literally buys an entire company. Like he buys an entire phone company just so he can be able to talk to her without interruptions. Just so he can put this whole proposal of being fake engaged. Like, talk about love. Talk about like he is serious. Like, those are like some good intentions right there. I love this book so much. I love billionaire romances. So, this was also one that I truly enjoyed. And I'm excited to read the second book. It's like your generic sort of fake engagement, billionaire romance vibes. He sweeps her off her feet, and it's just fun time. I will say it was very spicy. And I was like sweating like in the second hour of reading this book. I was like, ooh, damn, already? That was quick. 3 5 stars. I'm very happy. Then I read Ferrara, which I was hoping was going to be another 5 star, but that sadly ended because of Miss TL Swan right there. I DNF this book at 50%. I am not I'm not into it. Like I'm just not into it. I've just realized in my core that I am not into incest books. Like, I'm just, even like the presumption of it, or the inkling of it, or the talk of it. I don't know, man. It's just not for me. I love dark romance, but that, mm, it's a hard pass. It's a hard pass. Ooh, it's a hard pass. I can't. I didn't like this book. I feel like I just cannot trust. Like, I know TL Swan is like a toxic type of relationship romance writer, and I'm all for it. Like, previous books I loved it, but you add this element of it and it's also quite toxic, and he's dumb and she's stupid, and they are both just dumbasses, and it's just not making sense, and it's kind of grossing me out at this point, because you guys think you are who you say you are, but you, mm, I don't know. I'm not judging, but I can't do that. I can't. Um, there were brave souls out there that did manage to finish this book, and it still wasn't a 5 star. And there's one YouTuber, booktuber actually, that I trust her reading taste, and she gave this book 4 stars. And I know deep down she wanted to give it 3 stars. I know you wanted to give it 3 stars. You just got swept up, and no, I DNF'd it, and yeah, that is all I have. Wait, no, it's not all I have. I am currently reading Blood Orange, which will be the ninth book by Blood Orange by who? Is it Keri Lake? I think it's by Keri Lake. It's a vampire-ish romance. She's a witch, she's a vampire. It's also student teacher romance. I'm still finishing it. I'm like about the 80% mark. I'm not gonna add it here because I don't have my final thoughts on this book. And I also am finishing Keeping 13 by Chloe Walsh. She's thick. So yeah, you will have my final thoughts in the next vlog, February vlog. So I'll start with these two books, Blood Orange and Keeping 13. And yeah, that is all I have for today. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye.